See, this is the call for pastors and preachers. We need to always know that these aren't our sheep, but these are our Father's sheep. And when we take the risk and the chance and the sacrifice for our Father's sheep, greater is the reward with Him than it is with trying to chase our own hopes and ambitions.
Amen. Amen.
You know, this is why it's blessed to be a man and be around a man that loves God's sheep. Because this is what it's all about. Now, you hear the saying of Christ be for you, who can be against you? Christ for his sheep.
Amen.
So if you protecting God's sheep, you ain't got to worry about nothing. Because who can stop you? In verse 14, I am the good shepherd. I know my own sheep, and they know me. See, he speaks of knowing his sheep. He says that he know his sheep before he said they know him. You know, this is that divine election. You know, this is the term that people get uneasy about, predestination. But why do we get uneasy about this? Because if we believe that God is omniscient, then why wouldn't he have known us before we known him? If we believe that God is sovereign, meaning having supreme and ultimate authority over everything, then why would we doubt this? So he says that I know my sheep. See, God said that he knows every hair on your head and which way it lay.
Amen.
He knows the number of it. Do you know how many hairs on your head? I know I don't. Jason said he knows. But that just shows us the level of detail and to intimacy that God has, and just the pure essence of his love and his character of just knowing every single detail about us down to every hair on our head. We long for this. We long for this, and we look for this in the world where people can't give this to us. We want people to know us intimately and know us deeply, but they can't do that. But God can. He said, I know every hair on your head. I know everything about you. But that's the relationship we neglect sometimes for the relationship that's around us, that peripheral vision. We don't see what we need to see, but we see what we want to see around us. And in verse 15, he says, as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, I lay down my life for the sheep. See, here, he's speaking in his position in the Trinity, being a son. He says, the Father knows me, knows him completely. We just heard about how God knows every detail about him. But then he said, him knowing the Father fully and completely. See, this is a lot of controversy that goes on in our day. The Trinity is something difficult and hard for people to understand, or even sometimes even hard to explain. But the Bible does teach the Trinity. And Jesus Christ talks about him knowing God fully, but God knowing him fully. So this is where he established his authority and his position. Because this right here, this statement alone angered the Jews. Because he just made himself equal with God. This is one of the main reasons why he was crucified.
Yes, sir.
And then he speaks of the crucifixion because he says that I lay down my life. I lay down my life for the sheep. He said that I lay my life down. Can't nobody take this from me. I lay this down. In verse 16, he says, but I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. Then there will be one flock, one shepherd. He wasn't talking about bringing in other religions and, all other religions being under God and none of that. He was talking about the Gentiles, us, the people who are not born Jews, who are born not born in Judaism, but born under pagan rule and pagan beliefs and teachings. He was talking about these are the sheep that he had to bring in. But